Hey guys, welcome back to the Armory today. Today, I'm going to showcase a couple of Mosins that I've got, and want to talk about Mosins from foreign lands. Now, these are actual Russian guns that were loaned out or seized. First of which, I don't have a complete one, but I've got a barrel for an M39 Finnish rifle, and everybody knows about the Finnish rifles. They're actually very sought after. They're pretty decent guns. And one way to look for Finnish guns is this little essay in a box. And that is pretty much on all Finnish rifles, whether they be original Russian barreled or whether they rebarrel them like they do with the M39s. They'll all have the SAs, but this is a Mosin M91. This is the early, very long rifle, infantry rifle. This one is a 1915. And as you can see, the double-headed eagle Romanov crest, the Imperial Russian crest, has been ground off. And this is indicative of Balkin era rifles that were given to the Balkan states. And this is one thing to look for when the crest is gone. Or I have another one where the whole barrel shank is pretty much ground down flat and you can barely make out anything on it. But this is a fantastic rifle to shoot, although it is very long and cumbersome, and it is very, very fun to shoot. It is completely mismatched, force matched, but it does headspace and it does fire fabulously well. It's a very fun rifle to have out at the range. It is pretty common to come across Balkan scrubbed rifles, so it's one thing to keep an eye out for. The other one is a little more rare, at least from my experiences. It's a little more rare, and this one is completely bubbified. I found it in a plastic stock. I really haven't done anything except I've test fired it. It's filthy, it's dirty, it's nasty, but this is a 1936 Izhevsk round receiver, but it's got these 5 dimples on the side of the barrel. And that is indicative of a Spanish Civil War rifle. In the Spanish Civil War, the Russians helped out the communist side by sending arms and munitions, and this is the product of that. A lot of surplus Mosins came from Spain. This one was cut short, stuck in a plastic stock, and it's a fun shooter. It's ugly. It's not very pretty, but it is a good shooter. It is a good Mosin, and it's interesting to keep an eye out for markings like that. Any of the odd markings, Mosins did show up. They were used in every major conflict up until the current conflict in the Ukraine. There are pictures and videos of the most current conflict in the Ukraine going on right now that Mosins are still being used. So it is the longest serving rifles, military rifles, in world history, pretty much. I don't know of any other rifle that served from 1891 to present day, but they are still being used. So, little bits of interesting history. They're found all over the world. Sometimes you'll find interesting markings on them from all around the world, and it's kind of fun to find them from all over the world. So, all right, well, That's just a quick video of some different rifles from around the world. Likewise, there are rifles from all over the comm block countries. Romania, Bulgaria, whole bunch of countries actually made their own rifles. The Chinese, we got a big importation recently of Chinese, what are they, Type 53s, the M44 pattern made in China. And I believe even North Korea actually made Mosin Nagants as well, or they were gifted a bunch of Mosin Nagants. But pretty much everybody in the comm block sphere back in the day used Mosin Nagants to one extent or another, either manufactured in their country or given to them by other comm block countries. So watching out for interesting markings is as much fun as watching out for dates and arsenal marks. They're out there. They're not terribly hard to find. So keep your eye out for interesting barrel markings. So I'll catch you on the next one.